Okay, Don back again. Well, I didn't think that stream was ever going to show up to be streaming. This time I decided instead of just mumbling and jumbling, I'd play some music until I knew it was up. and I was just about to cancel it, but I don't know why it's doing that. It usually comes in within 15 seconds, but it's like a minute and something, almost 2 minutes here before it showed up on YouTube. So it said it was on its way, but it wasn't there yet. And now I can see it, and it's there, and I can hear it. So I hope all that time that I saw, didn't get recorded into the stream, really. But if it did, I don't know what to do about it right now. I've just now got it back up and working. On Fedora 28, week or two ago, it just started. Anytime you click start stream, don't click anything right now. It crashed OBS. You could record all you want, and so finally I figured out the only way I could fix it was I regressed back to an older version. I have 2.2, now I've got 2.1.1. I went ahead and let's see. I need my browser open anyway. I started thinking, what if my laptop's not working right or something, but I thought, well, I actually have Lucky Backup running on this machine, and oh, it's finally done. Okay, and I just afraid I knew if I opened up the browser, it would probably mess up the video for sure. Machine just wouldn't be able to handle it. So anyway, I got in here and I needed to run. I got in here. Okay, I regressed to an older version. Well, I've got automatic updates running, or I did have it running on my system here, and I want it to be running, but I just turned it off temporarily. And let's see if I can find that spot again. Yeah, here's where it was. So what I did is I went into the, of course you have to do this. This is telling you how to turn it on, but I went in here and, in reverse and edited. I'm copying this so that I can check the status. This is how you check the status of automatic updates. But I added etc DNF automatic config and changed the yeses to nos in there. It's in the previous video. And so now I want to check and see. There was an update fixing to come up at 11:39, and I had to hurry up before I got updated to the newest version. Now let's see. Saturday 11. Now it says 11:14. Or is that the time? No. 41 minutes left. I don't know. It may be that the timer's still on. System CTL timers. I didn't pay much attention to which timers. I just assumed that was the timer I was looking at, but now I realize there could be other timers. I don't know what though, but I did turn it off. So I think, and I've turned it on every time I install Fedora ever since 23, maybe even 21. I've had to do this, so I know it won't update if you've got that. If that etc config automatic config is DNF automatic config file is set to no, then I know it won't update. So yeah, and that enables it. And that's what I'm thinking is that has already been run and it stays on to you. I don't know how you would turn it. I guess you'd say disable, but as long as it's not, I want the any regular timers to run. But now this is kind of talking about older versions, but this is what you do. You say apply updates no, apply updates yes. Well, I had them on yes, now I put them on no. And there's two things: download updates and apply updates in Fedora 28 and 23. I remember. So this page the fedoraproject.org wiki auto updates page is where you would go to find out all you need to know about that. And you have to pay attention because it bans the versions, and it really kind of stops. It doesn't mention 28, I don't think, or 20. Let's see if 28's in there. Yeah, the number 28's not in there. I did see something about some changes as of Fedora 26. There are now 3 timers that control DNF automatic update: automatic download timer, automatic install timer, and automatic notify timer. Only notify via configured emitters, etc. automatic. You can still use download updates and apply update settings from inside etc. DNF automatic config. Okay. I didn't see that. I looked. I didn't see notify timer. Maybe I missed it. Only notify. I don't even care if that it notifies. If it does, I'll just not do it. So what I did do is turn off the install and the download timer. So I should be okay now, and hopefully I'll turn them back on soon. But yeah, no, let's just go look in there again. Now I'll go ahead and go in this root Crusader root mode. I don't go through the terminal and all that junk. It's a pain in the butt. I use Crusader for. Used to I could even do more. They've dropped it a little bit. Well, they SFTP. They dropped SFTP secure FTP support. So now I'm in Crusader root mode, so I can even edit those files. So if I go to etc DNF automatic. I have an original that I backed up and it turned into a text file so that the system wouldn't read it or anything. Oh, then there's DNF config, but it said to automatic config is what you want. Yeah, you don't want to mess with DNF config. I'm just going to hit view because I don't want to mess it up. But right there, download updates, no. Apply updates, no. I changed them from yes. Email. Yeah, I don't even see notify in here. Let's see. There it is. Just to receive download automatic timer, notify timer, download timer, and override this setting. I guess it's not making sense. It doesn't look like a real command. It just looks like a note. Either one of those. Use DNF automatic timer only. Oh, I guess you would use that instead of download updates and all that stuff. So I don't want to mess any of that up. It's not gonna. I guess it's not even gonna notify me at all. Probably it never does. It just does it in the background, and I like it that way anyway. I don't really want that thing popping up and me going, "What's that?" You know. And if you click on it and do the wrong thing, then you'll jack up your updates. And as a matter of fact, for instance, my Fedora 29 server that I just built, I tried doing updates in DNF GUI and it crashed. Luckily, the updates didn't stop; they finished, or I could have had just got through deleting a broken kernel. I was going to have another one. I could have had another one. I don't remember what the updates were, but okay. So I should be good. I shouldn't be getting any updates until, which I don't want to leave it like that at all. But just until I get this. Now that brings me back to what. Let's see. I don't know if it's going to be in here. Version lock. That's what I thought. I remember seeing that you could hold versions. I think it started in at least Fedora 28. So I'm gonna have to look in my bookmarks here and see. Here's how to set up a cron job. You got to do that to. Let's see. I think I'm out of. Yeah. Well, maybe not. I think maybe that's part of the process of. You might have to also set up a cron job to get those updates to work, but I can't remember now. Maybe it happens automatically when you run those other commands and everything. Let's see. 28 server. I'm looking for version hold or something, or I don't remember what they called it. I just remember there was an article. And I was thinking, that could be very useful because some of my favorite apps that they're not even available anymore are on my Fedora 14 system, and sometimes I boot it up and use it for some things that can't do any other way. Modularity? That's not it, is it? Multiple versions of packages in Fedora with the quality expected from a Linux distribution, transferability, project tracking, issue tracker, basic concepts. Choose only when you want to. Updates respect your choice. Okay. 28 and 29. Okay. That's something about. Yeah, this is for the server, but I think it might work on the desktop version too. I don't see why it wouldn't. Using modularity, there are a few commands you'll need to learn in order to leverage modularity. DNF module list. Shows you the list of modules, install default stream. Install specific stream, installs Node.js version, might be different version than the one. Node.js version 8. Oh, let's see. Oh, that's for specific applications. Okay. Sure, that's not the only thing that works with is things like Node.js. That's web server stuff. Those are. Okay, that's not going to help. Well, let's see. What you can do then is I'll run that command and see if there's any modules listed. And then we'll go from there. Okay, where's that terminal? Now in this case, I'm probably going to need to be root. All right. Yes, we are root privileges, I mean. Still running as Don, user Don, my user. I may need to just install DNF module, install DWM, and then looks like it'll turn it on. I thought it was going to be more complicated than that, and then those are just install a specific stream, install a specific use case, still working, looks like. There may be a bunch of them to come up. Or it takes a while just to scan it and see. But, let's see. Fedora 28, Fedora 29. These are just examples, I think. Nothing to list. Let's see. Nothing to show. Okay. Well, DNF module install DWM. Well, wait a minute. And I think DWM, it says a tiling window manager. Each Fedora lease can have a different default. Oh, a tiling window manager. Well, I don't want another window manager. I wonder if I'm going to have to say, I've already got what I want installed. I just want to freeze it. So do you have to install them by these and these commands? I wonder if I can say DNF module install. Well, I've already got it installed though. OBS Studio, you know, 1.1.2. Whatever it was. Whatever the one is I'm on right now. I need a little more explanation. I may be off about what this can be used for. This is what I want. Install a default stream. Each Fedora release can have a different default. DWM. Let's see. I don't think that's. I don't want to mess. If that is installed. DWN. Oh, DWN. Okay. DWM. I don't know if that's installed or not. And it probably wouldn't come up like that anyway in the app finder. Of course, I don't have Node.js or MongoDB, even the client on this desktop machine. I don't use MongoDB. I don't get into those SQL type, databases. They're too complicated. I tried them out some years ago. I have some still set up on my Fedora 14 system that I was testing. You have to have them to run some dynamic websites, but they're hard to learn and hard to keep up with for me. Okay, so that does not give you any more information. I mean, that's... Oh, documentation. Okay. There we go. Now we're getting somewhere. Where was this? It was in Fedora Linux project. Okay, Fedora Linux project. That's where I want it. Okay. New optional repository to Fedora called modular. Oh, okay. Often referred to as application stream or app stream for short. Ships additional versions of software of independent life cycles. These enables you to keep their operating system up to date while having the right version of the application for your use case. See, it's what I want. Even when the default version and the distribution changes. And this is exactly what I need. Okay. Fedora app stream. Okay. Now what? it solved? Yes. Okay. Different users have different views. Outdated containers. All right. I'm going to go out on a limb here. I'm going to shoot from the hip like I always do and hope I don't screw things up. DNF module install. And now I got to get, wish I could do it in the terminal. Let's see. List. Let's try this first. I think that'll list apps that are named OBS. No. Try that. There we go. DNF list OBS Studio. Now, I don't see if this will work, but we'll try it. This is in RPM Fusion free. Don't think you need all those spaces. Oh, you need a dot. Oh, 64. I want dot dot, right? Yep. Or is that a semicolon? Dot dot. Well, MongoDB/client, that would be okay, the client. But I'm trying to set my version number. Okay, DNF module install OBS Studio. No such module. Yeah, since it's not in the OBS, not in the, it's in the RPM Fusion repos. You may not be able to do that. So I guess there's no point in running the I did do 21, yeah, 21.1.1.1. Yeah, I don't want 22, that's the one it's going to update to. Right, okay, it doesn't list the libs or anything, just the main packages. Available packages, right. The i686 and the 22.03, that's the one that crashes when you click stream. So I guess I can't use modules for this. Now, there used to be a way to freeze individual packages, that I think, in Yum. So let me try another way. I'm going to save this so that I will have it for my reference. Did I run module list in that? That was the first thing I ran, wasn't it? Oops. I didn't, I'm just going to do that for now. 02/02/19. Now that's how I'm going to save that. Usually I save them as to the commands, but I really don't see any better way to do that. 28. Getting hungry again. Getting kind of tired. Well, I slept forever. Literally forever. I never did count it up. And now I've been up a long time because well, I wasn't getting sleepy, and I thought, well, I might as well work on this because that's what I've been dying to do. So I'm going to save this page. That's a little bit more explanation, but well, that's the whole thing. I'm not going to save that one. I'll just save that one. Hopefully that will. Yeah, it's got the link to get me back there. Bug tracker, issue tracker. Okay, so now only thing I know to do is to get into the DNF GUI and see if I can see if my file's being made. I just listened to my stream for a second there. Yep, everything seems fine. By the way, I will import my profiles that I want to have in here and my scene collections. I just wanted to make a good long stream and make sure it works before I'd mess. And I'm tired. It's going to take some thinking and work to get all that done, but I'll have should be able to have my cameras back and everything working like it was because it was working great before. Only thing is I did change the settings a whole lot. So well, I may just try. I'll probably import the ones with the new settings, and then I may have to go back, and if they don't work right, I may have to go back and find the ones with the old settings. It's this, and I'll leave this one in here. They're called Untitled. I can always rename them. Probably rename them default or something. Or leave it, I mean, that is how OBS does it. It's Untitled. It's their default. So maybe I'll just leave it because I do remember that. Right? It's kind of stuck in my head. So maybe I'll leave it like that. But anyway, I went blank. I guess I'm starting to get tireder than I realized. Okay, I'll try Searcher 2 in DNF before I quit because I'm hoping I won't have to leave my updates undone. You can use the GUI to do the updates, which crashed in Fedora 29. It might work in Fedora 28. They've kind of been discouraging you from using the graphic user interface for updates for several versions. Ever since around Fedora 23, I remember, maybe before that. Usually it's at the beginning of the release, and then later on that they stop telling you, they say, okay, we got the bugs out. They always start out with all kinds of bugs, in the new releases of Fedora because they change a lot every time. That's kind of what Fedora's all about. It's really the testing for Red Hat enterprise operating system. That's who owns Fedora. That's why they give it to us for free. Sorry, I had problems with my trash can. I had to straighten it out. But for the most part, Fedora is really stable. There's a few bugs, like I said, here and there, but it's actually always been more stable than Windows for me. Okay. And if you want even more stable but staying behind on things a little bit, Debian is great for that. So things work a bit different, and I learned on Fedora, so I just really like Fedora. There are some apps that I like that are only available in Debian. Kind of getting to where I use both more now. Got Debian on 2 laptops, and that's because they're older and they really don't run Fedora well, and Debian's really lightweight. So, but it's getting me a little more familiar. I'm remembering more of the commands and stuff. But anyway, try version lock. It won't be in file names. It'll be in descriptions or summaries. Plug in version lock. Okay. Set of name versions of packages and excludes all other versions of those packages. This allows you to protect packages from being updated by newer versions. That's exactly what I want. Version lock plugin DNF. Yeah, this is what I want. Okay, what's the difference here? 1.5 FC28. Why is there 2 of them? Oh, 2 and 3. Huh. Well, since I don't know, probably 3 will be the one I'll end up. I'm going to start with 2 and see if it works. What if it doesn't work for, well, it just kind of, I mean, I could go read, I guess I better go read about it a little bit. I already closed my browser though. Oh, well, it'll open up. Okay, so let's see if it's going to, I want it over in workspace 2 though. I might need 3, I might need 2, or might not matter. Might be a matter of preference. Let's see. I didn't see anything to tell me. It's usually better this is for Fedora, yeah. I'm gonna say put it in there. I don't know a better place to put it. Okay. I'm gonna say that actually in this case you might could have both of them. A lot of times this could be one's for Python 2 and the other one's for Python 3. Python 3 has been out a long time, and I think usually you want the newer one. So I'm going to go with that and see if it'll allow me to lock my good old trusty OBS Studio. I knew there was something like that. I don't remember ever having to use it. I remember thinking about it, I think. Okay, now that's all just DNF plugin. I'm sure there's other DNF plugins but that I might want, but not right now. There was plenty I used to use in Yum. Like closest mirror, fastest mirror, I mean, and I've been so busy trying to get my server set up. First, well, you know, first I wanted to try. I was going to build a new server, and so I said, well, I've always wanted to set up a DNS server, and worked and worked on that, and finally figured out that even though I got it up and seemed to be up and working, I couldn't tell for sure if it was going to work online. It seemed to work from here, you know. And I'm talking about a authoritative DNS server, not just a caching DNS server, so that my websites would be pointed to, you know, it could point to my websites, and I wouldn't have to use forwarding services to get to my website. So, but it turned out that in order to set that up in GoDaddy, my domain registrar, you had to have 2 external IP addresses. Well, there's no way for me to get a second one. I can only have one unless I want to pay for another ISP or something crazy like that, you know, and I'm not doing that. So, I think it would have been, it was really pretty complicated, and it might have been complicated to keep it going. Really, I thought once I got it set up, it would just update automatically, but there's probably a lot of things you don't know about until you start really running it. That, and it might have used more traffic than I realized. I really just wanted to set it up only for my domain names, but once I got to that point, I started thinking, okay, maybe I didn't know for sure if I could do that. It might just start working for other domain names automatically. I was, well, learning and shooting from the hip all at once, you know. So, all right, now, how do you use version lock? I guess I'm going to have to open up a README at least or something. Let's start with that, and I might have to go into there. Use the correct Sphinx build binary for Python 2 or 3. Yeah, that's kind of what I thought. Well, I went ahead and did 3, and you can probably still install 2 if you needed it, even though 3's there, because they're separate. I remember that. There's still apps that people write in Python 2 for Python 2. Kind of the same kind of thing what I'm doing right now. You know, it's just what they need. Yeah, they're in the repositories, nightly builds, DNF install plugins core. I don't know if that's what I ended up with or what. That's not what I picked. I just picked just that one, version lock. I guess if I did plugins, I might have got more. Let's see. I'm wondering now if I need the others to get it to work. Oh, I put the wrong. It's not DMF, it's DNF. DNF, PLUGIN. Still not finding anything. There we go. Plug in. Spacewalk, etc keeper. I tried that before. That didn't work. Yeah, I was using Yum's etc keeper. I never did get that working. How did they write that out? Where did I see that? Oh, I saw it on this page. Well, let's just look for it like that. Maybe I'll find it. It's probably going to be in names, though not. Yeah, there it is. Okay, it's already installed, so I just added that one. Okay, very good. And if I need the 2, I will get it, but I had plugins. Well, maybe I have it now because I installed that. I might not have had that already. Use the correct plugins core purely as a Python. I want to know how to use it. Well, let's just do this. We have like something we can. Let's go ahead and look up OBS, because I kind of remember that you could just click something near the where's OBS? See all the OBSs, but sometimes it quits showing things as they are. See, I know they're there and installed. That one right there, but it doesn't show that it is. It does that. So there's not near as many preferences as there used to be. Let's try refresh. Yeah, there we go. Refresh metadata. Maybe that'll make it show up. I think it's something buggy in the application. Look at that. It didn't do a thing. So I'm going to quit. Try opening it back up once it's DNF is in Firefox because I have a page open that's about DNF. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and open it up again. If I can get this locked, then I can turn my updates back on, and I'll like that very much. If I can get OBS to be locked. For me, you might not be able to do it in here. You might have to go run a command or something. I don't know. It's still not showing up. Why? Okay, now there. No, yes it is. Okay. Installed. Right clicking doesn't do nothing. Clicking on it doesn't do anything. So you can't just click and lock it. There used to be a way to do that once you had the plugins installed, and I can't honestly remember if it was in Yum or in Synaptic for the Bane. I remember seeing it and never really needed to use it that I can remember. If I did, it was very seldom. You always want the newest one, as long, if it's working, it's going to work better most of the time. But okay, so unless of course the system has to be rebooted before it will take effect. Okay, I'm going to close a DNF. Now, already went in there and there wasn't really anything to see. Oh, maybe this is what yeah, I didn't see that a while ago, I don't think. Yeah, there we go, documentation. Oh, this is the whole DNF plugins thing. Okay, I don't know. I thought it was an awful lot of package cleanup, version lock plugin. Let's go there. Version lock plugin. I'll get that in there right now. Takes a set of names and versions of packages and excludes all other versions of those packages. This allows you to protect packages from being updated by newer versions, or alternatively, it accepts a specific package version to exclude from updates, e.g. from when it's necessary to skip a specific release of a package that has known issues. Yes. Okay. Plugin provides a common. What is all this yellow on everything? I can't read it. How do I get rid of that? Normally, you know, if you do Control F to search, you can get rid of that, but this is done because it's from my search results. I don't think I can. So I'm going to have to just kind of skim it. Version lock, okay. Lock list file. All right. This especially excludes a package that matches the version exactly. Note the version lock plugin does not apply any excludes in non-transactional operations like repository list info, etc. Synopsis. Package lock. DNF version lock add package spec. Alright, add a version for all available package matching the spec. It means that only versions of packages represented by package spec will be available for transaction operations. Version lock exclude. Within the version lock for available packages matching the spec, it means that the packages represented by package spec will be excluded from transaction operations. List. Okay, DNF version lock. List current lock entries. DNF version lock delete. Remove any matching versions. DNF version lock clear. Remove all versions. Configuration. etc DNF plugins version lock config. A minimal content config file should contain in the main section of the enable lock parameters. Lock list. This option is a string that options to follow which bring the points to the file which has the version. Presently, however, a package must exist in repository cache when the add or exclude command is invoked. Okay, this is how you do it. Now, if I can understand which way is which. think you can copy and paste, you know, these commands here, version lock, add, and then it looks as though there's an extra space in there, but maybe not. And then I guess you use those triangles, those left and right pointers or whatever. I don't know what you call them. No, they're not triangles. I did know what they were called. But anyway, I know what, you know, my package, I got that. I can get that in the terminal on DNF list, OBS, like I did a while ago. And I can get that and copy that in there and run that command. But, okay, add a version lock for all available packages matching the spec. It means that only versions of packages presented by package spec will be available for transaction operations. Okay, I think that's backwards from what I want. Version lock exclude. Add and exclude within version lock for the available packages matching the spec. It will means that the package represented by package spec will be excluded from transaction operations. So I guess that means it won't get updated. That's what I guess. That's why do they got to talk in heebie-jeebie stuff? Why don't they just talk plain English? List. DNF version lock list or DNF version lock list the current version entry. So I don't think there's going to be any, but let's do that first. Let's go to the file first. etc plugins version lock. Let's see what's in there. Okay. So we should be still, yeah, I can see that I'm up to date over there and I'm streaming. All right, let's I don't think I can hand edit this. I think I'd actually be better off running the commands. I'm betting. We'll get in here and we'll see. Oh, it opened up so fast I didn't see it. While I'm here, I'm thinking of this. Sure wish that didn't have all those colored stuff on there though, but we're just going to save that page in case. So it's not modularity that I can use for this. Now, if it was in the Fedora repos, I think I might have been able to do that. And it looks like it would have been easier, maybe. But version lock will be just as good, sounds to me like. There's something more powerful, I think, about the modularity. Okay, let's see. Oh, DNF. Yeah, etc DNF plugins version lock config. etc DNF plugins version lock config. Now let's just view that. Yeah, there's not anything in there. etc DNF plugins version lock list. Looks like there maybe is another file to go to. Oh, there it is. View. Nothing. Yeah, so I don't know the syntax or anything, so that's what I figured. Guess it's fine to open up a terminal there. Now, we'll go ahead and paste that version lock list. It should be nothing. Let's see. Yeah, I did it in Crusader root mode, so I'm already got root privileges. I guess that just means there's nothing in there. Okay, and then where's the other one? Or DNF version lock. I'm just trying to learn the basics here, what it does. Those do the same thing. That's what I thought they said. So I guess if there were anything in there, and we know there's nothing because we just actually looked at the files, then it would show up. Now, the first one, only versions of this package presented by will be available for transactions, which would be updates, I guess. Maybe even deletions, I don't know. But to exclude it for packages matching this spec, it means the package will be excluded. Okay, this is what I want to do then. I want to exclude, and probably you put those, you know, just like that with, of course, not package spec, but you put the specs of your package. Oh yeah, now let me get back in the terminal. DNF list OBS Studio. OBS Studio. Yeah, when you want to list something like that, you need to know the proper, you know, the actual real name of the application, which is OBS-Studio. OBS-Studio. Now, the one in white is the one I have installed. I guess I know that, but the white does highlight it. Now, oh, okay. Install packages, it tells you that, but it really makes it easy to see. I like this terminal. Okay, DNF version lock exclude. Now, I think it'll be a space, and then where are my little? I kind of hate running things like this when I don't know for sure, but I don't know what else to do but try it. Oh, I can't find those things. There we go. I think I'll do that. I'll just do them both, and now I'm going to get in the middle there. And I'm going to put in this one right here. I don't think you need the RPM Fusion. That's why I did that, so I could copy and paste. Oh, Control V doesn't work, so I'm going to hit Edit Paste because I'm scared I'll mess it up. Now, I guess there needs to be space in between there, but just one space, I would say. You got to have the version number, or else, you know, because they're all named x80. Well, there's two x86-64s. Now, before I hit enter, I'm going to go back and look at those instructions. Yeah, I think that's the way I would have to do it. Did I get the right one? Yeah, exclude, delete, clear. Okay, so yeah, you can delete that one, or you can clear the whole thing if you screw it up, so you're not just stuck. Syntax error, token, new line. Where is there a new line? Maybe you're not supposed to put those in there. Sometimes you put those in there and they have to be there, and sometimes they put those in there and those arrows, and it's just instead of using parentheses, which is what I always do if I'm trying to write something out, because most people know you don't really use parentheses in your command. Well, I don't think, not too often anyway. It's hard to know what to put in there, especially, I mean, there may be, that may, you know, if I knew more about the term working in the terminal, maybe I would understand it better, but anyway. No package found for, okay, so that's listed as 2 packages. So how am I going to do that? So everything I got is right except for that space. They think it's 2 packages. I'm going to try an underscore. I'm just kind of guessing here. I don't think you'd want a dash. No package found. OBS Studio 664. I'll try it like that, but I don't think they ought to go together like that. No package found. I'm using the up arrow key to get back to where I was. S8664. Wrong place. I don't know if I need a dot in there or a space. Let's try a dot now that I think about it. No. Try a dash. Or unless I do use those parentheses, no. I had them all in parentheses or arrows. Unless I use the arrows in between them. Let's see, what did it say? Near unexpected token, new line. Well, I'm evidently those arrows are telling it to make a new line. What did I do this time? No package. X8664. Can't do a space. DNF version lock OBS Studio. This is what's hard about working the terminal when they don't tell you more about exactly how to. Did they tell me and I didn't see it? Or let me look again. Package spec. It says package dash spec. Okay, let's try. Is there extra spaces? No, there's not extra spaces in there. Okay. Where am I? This is where I'm working from right here. Okay. Okay, package dash spec. Okay, so I thought I did. Well, I'll put it back with a dash, and then I'll put the arrows back in there. Maybe they do belong in there. Package OBS Studio. Wait a minute. Is there not supposed to be a space between? No, there's a space there. It's obvious. Sometimes they don't write the stuff right. That happens. And you go around and around and around trying to figure it out. But it shows a space there, so whoops, not one there though. OBS 686. Oh, and not one there. 21.1. Is that right? 21.1.1 FC28. Okay. Okay. Syntax error. New line. Okay. I did this already. No package found for OBS Studio. Maybe it's the FC28 on the end. No, that shouldn't be. Well, let's try it without it. I don't know what else to try. I think. Yeah, I was hoping this wouldn't be so hard. Let's try it without. I think the FC28 belongs there. No package found. DNF version lock exclude OBS Studio x86-64. I'm not going to hit enter yet because I'm scared. I'd rather hit enter than have it accidentally run something. No package found. Okay. Package dash spec. That is how it ought to be. And they say spec. You'd think they'd say version number, but I think they mean spec. And see, if I would have just typed that into the file or copied and pasted it into the file, I might not have ever got. See, that's one good thing about doing it in the terminal in this in a case like this, because then you can. But it looks like, for all the world, that there is extra space, but it's just the weird way those colored blocks do it. You know, it looks like there's a space P space A space kedge. I think maybe there is a space after P. I can't see why you would divide a package name like that. He wouldn't do that. I've never seen anything like that. Maybe it's supposed I was going to say maybe it's supposed to be OBS Studio dash x86 instead of dot like it's normally written. It's possible, I guess. I'm running out of ideas here. And then the version number after that. I'm going to do it like that. Sort of figured. To lose track OBS Studio.x8664 dash 2111 FC28. What else have I done? Let's open this up all the way here. I can see it better. There we go. Now I can see the whole thing. That's the one I want to keep. And you can't just say .x8664 because there's another one. At least I think you have to put the version number. Well, unless it just knows what version number you have at the time. Well, maybe that's it. Maybe you don't put the version number in there. Maybe you just put x86-64. It's waiting for me, isn't it? Oh, what just happened? It jumped up when I hit the x86-64 dash version number. Ah, that's it. Okay. Oh, okay. Adding exclude on OBS Studio 21 and 22. So I guess that means that it won't upgrade. It won't do anything to either one of those. So it should stay where it's at now. You think? Okay, so now let's get up here to, oh, now here's what I was thinking is that lib, that is shows up as a separate file, and if that gets updated, that would break it. So I'm going to try to put it in there, but I won't be able to get it out of here. Well, if I remember what it's called, I could. So I could copy and paste it. I guess I'll have to open up DNF in order to. I'll have to open up DNF in order to get the name. I'm just going to keep calling it DNF. It's Dragora, but I'm calling it DNF. It's DNF Dragora, but right there. But, yeah, I'm calling it DNF. All right. I don't think you can copy and paste names from in here. If you can, I can do that. Now here's what I need. Okay, I've got the libs. That's what I need. There's the OBS Studio. And then I need to stop the libs, OBS Studio -libs. Oh, okay. And it doesn't have, oh, it's 2.21.1.1. I guess I don't need all that. I just need OBS Studio -libs. Yeah, you can't copy that or anything. Okay, OBS Studio OBS-Studio -libs. Okay, I want to quit that before I mess something up. Okay, now OBS-Studio -libs. Didn't have an x86-64 after it. Version lock -libs. No, there we go. Okay, so now. See, the 22 is frozen and the 21.1 is frozen. Oh, they're backwards from the way it listed them before. It was 21 on top and 22 on bottom. Now 22's on top. Hopefully that did it. I'm not going to turn my updates back on until tomorrow when I feel well, when I've rested and I feel well enough to deal with it if it breaks OBS again. But tough for me to figure out. But oh yeah, this is console, so I can go File, Save Output As, and I don't have anything in my terminal. So what do I want to save it as? I guess I'll go try to get that command. Save output as. Oh, I'm doing this as root. Well, I'll do it in root and then no, I'll do it in home Don and then I'll go change the file permissions back to Don. That's what I'll do. Okay. Looking for one that said terminal output, but I don't see one. That says Fedora 25. I'm just going to copy that one and then I can. There we go. That ought to be good enough for me to understand what I'm doing, I think. Yeah, that's real convenient. I guess it's taking a while to save. Hit enter, didn't seem to do anything, so I clicked save and it Still didn't seem to do anything. I hope it's just taking a bit. I don't know why it would take any time at all, really, though. Hope something's not going wrong. Nothing's going wonky or anything. Just the OBS is doing really good, 11%. There, yeah, it's just taking a while. Don't know why. Let's go see if it's going to be going to work or not. Yep, there it is. I don't know why it was taking forever to go away. It's still sitting there. But now I'm instead of seeing the seeing that, because I switched over there. You know, when apps start acting up, they do that sometimes. No, I think I'm going to try closing that because I want it to. I don't want it to. Things seemed a bit slow. I'm going to force that. Now, if it's messed up, then I will. Let's see, which one did I get over there? And I got over there and. No telling if I've done that a few times, so I may go in here and try to change everything here in a minute, but let's see if that worked. Looks like it worked. Yep, it got everything, so we're all good there, except for that's in a weird place, but I'm not going to worry about that. Okay, so I'm going to right-click, Properties, Permissions. Okay, that says Dawn, can be modified. That's exactly how I want it. All subfolders. Now, because that would have been root privileges only. Oh, it still says root. Didn't work. Dang it. I was doing it as root and Crusader. There. Yeah, so if you can't open a file after you've done something like that, you'll have to use, simplest thing to do is use Crusader or root mode to change it. Sometimes you can do a whole directory and everything in it, and sometimes you have to go do one at a time. I don't know why it works, does one way or the other, unless you're really good at typing all those chmod 777 commands or whatever the heck, and you know which ones are which and everything. That was my plugins, so actually that will go wherever I'm at the next time. If I open it up, it'll go wherever I'm at. That's what it opens up to. If I go to Crusader root mode from regular Crusader, which is the only way to get to, well, you can go in the terminal and type Crusader, SU is root and then type Crusader. But very good. I am tired and that's about as deep as I can think now. I believe I succeeded. I think I'm pretty sure I can turn my updates back on safely. And of course, the only thing I'll lose is OBS Studio will quit working again if it doesn't work. So it's not the biggest problem in the world. Go over here and get these things I just saved and move them over here to my Fedora. I'm just going to put them in Fedora 28 because it might be a better folder at some point, but I don't know right now. Okay, so go back to videos so that I can see my file. Haven't seen it lately. Moving when they start getting around over a gigabyte, then they start moving really slowly. But my stream is still working perfectly, so just like it used to. Still green. So that's good too, because it used to always stay green almost all the time, and then it started acting up. I wonder if that. I kind of wonder. For a while, it kept, first thing I noticed, trouble I noticed was it kept getting yellow, and then sometimes it would actually go red. Sometimes I would lose the stream, and then OBS would try to reconnect, and it was able to reconnect. It usually reconnected soon enough that it didn't actually lose anything noticeable. I couldn't tell where it happened, you know. Sometimes it did go off and not completely, and I had to upload the backup. But yeah, if I can, I'll stay on that as long as necessary. You know, I don't care if it's well, if I reformat, I'll have to deal with it again. But as long as I'm on Fedora 28, I'll stay on it. Doesn't matter as long as it works. But that's what's wrong with OBS Studio and Fedora 28. The newer version, I've already forgot what number it was now, 22 something or 2020. Yeah, I guess it was 22 because I'm on 21.1.1. I remember that, something to that effect, and then it's 22 whatever. That is, the streaming is broken in Fedora 28. So that's, well, the previous videos show how I fixed it, and I've got a bunch of videos that in the simple screen recorder that I'll upload tomorrow probably, and I'll have to rename them and everything, and all these other videos here, most of these have to do with it too. Some of them are just tests, a couple of them, but I started messing around with that bash script for VLC at first, so I'll have to figure out which ones are which, and I already renamed those. I shouldn't do that. Because when I rename them, it gives them a different time and all that stuff, and it throws off the rename. See, the number renaming, that works great if they've not been changed since they were made originally. So I shouldn't change. I keep forgetting that I shouldn't change them. I think that I should wait till I'm completely done, and either right before, well, it's best to do, if I wait till right before I upload them, that means I've rebooted and these have all got backed up with that name. That's why I was doing it. And then when I rename them, there's no telling how many duplicates I've got in my backups now, because I've been doing that. Rebooting maybe several times, and you know, during my renaming and all that. So anyway, I'll have to go back and clean that up at some point. And this one needs to be that default name. Well, it's all right, but it's pretty long like that with simple stream recorder, and then the date, long format date, and then the time. If I could figure out how to change that to, I mean, I'd really rather have it like 020219, you know, and then the time. And I don't really like the dot, but I don't think you can really use the colon without having trouble in some applications. I did rename a bunch of them to the colon, and I can't remember if I did it before I uploaded. I'm afraid if I uploaded to YouTube with the colons, it might cause trouble. But I think I did really, and all it did was just make a space in there. That's what it does with dashes too. It makes spaces, and then you can always put them back. But when you do the upload, it'll just turn the dashes and stuff into spaces in the title of the video. But if you don't, then you have to go on YouTube and one by one rename every one of them. And like I said, when you have to upload them, I'm always spending 3 or 4 hours uploading. And then I'd never get any work done if I spent the other 2 or 3 hours renaming them one at a time. So I've been renaming them ahead of time, which is how I used to always do it. And I fell away from it because that was taking a lot of time, and I started making lots of videos. But boy, I tell you what, I'm in a mess now because I've got hundreds of files, at least a couple, probably 200 or something that are like that. I don't know what they're about or anything, you know, on my backup drive. The only ones I renamed were the ones on YouTube. And these are all the backups of my live streams, you know. So I would rename, when I do a live stream, it's already uploaded when I get done. And so all I have to do is rename and tag it and stuff like that. That's still enough work right there. But then having to upload and then really needing to go do all that tagging and description and renaming and all that too. I've been the last few weeks, I've just been renaming the files, and then some of them I haven't got back to. Hopefully I will. And you know, tag the video and just change the description, you know. I have a default description, though. There is a description in there, but it's not specific to the video. Anyway, yeah, I'm tired now. I'm hungry. Again, I'm going to have to eat again. I just now realized, well, I was thinking of going to turn off the computer, but I guess probably really needs a reboot now. I'll probably reboot it and watch somebody else's YouTube videos while I eat. Okay, about to sneeze my head off. Oh, well, I managed to mute the mic just in time. So it was silent, which I don't know if that's worse. Then you wonder what's going on. But I managed to mute the mic. That was a bunch of loud sneezing. Of course, if I move the mic way away from me, it's not as bad, but sometimes I don't even remember which mics I'm talking on. Sometimes I'm talking on the lapels, and boy, when I cough or sneeze real hard on them, it is loud. Or sometimes if I don't get to move the SM58 in time, it's still too loud. Yeah, that's the other thing I need to do is let's close that. The other thing I'll need to do is go and I'll import. I may not need to import profiles. I think first I'll import my scenes. Oh yeah, the settings are in the profiles. All those extra settings. Well, I did most of them. I think I'll start with importing scenes, and then because you can mix and match. You can switch profiles. You can switch scene collections. So I'll import the scenes that I want first, and see how it works, and then. Because I'm still not 100% sure that it couldn't cause it to trouble, you know, something in my profiles or scenes. Well, I'm never 100% sure about anything. You just don't ever know what's going to happen. But I'm pretty darn sure that now that it works perfectly after I went back to the older version, I'm pretty darn sure that my scenes. The thing is, I changed my scenes trying to fix it, and I don't know if those changes could have caused problems. That I'm concerned about. And I don't actually have a backup of my scenes before I started changing them, because I had forgotten that you have to back up profiles and scenes separately. I'd completely forgotten that section was there. And by backup, I mean you do export, and then I've showed you those folders a lot of times. So I'm starting to get to where I can't talk again anyway, and I'm done. So. Oh yeah, I don't have any extra music or anything, so I'll just have to go, and next time I work on this, get my scenes back in there. Hopefully that'll go smoothly, and then I can get back to work on my servers and everything else. Mom's PC. Okay. Well, fantastic. Praise the Lord, hallelujah, and I mean it. That was just terrible, driving me crazy. Not being able to stream. Okay. Didn't know how convenient it was. Okay. Bye-bye.